Ladies and gentlemen, many have today forgotten the circumstances that gave birth to June 4th, 1979 and 31st December 1981. And some have deliberately spent huge resources sponsoring a distortion of history based on outright lies or half-truths, and the rendition by cowards who ran away during those heady days. The sun is up. Some of you must be hungry. We'll have to get back home to feed our families. Today's 31st. In a few hours, we'll be crossing over into next year. If the sun wasn't so hot, I would share lots of interesting stories about June 4th with you, as well as 31st December. But we'll postpone it and do that another time. For now, let me simply say that some may not want to speak. A handful of warped minds, full of hate and bitterness, are being paid or been paid to distort and cover up events in our history with color stories and lies. Ladies and gentlemen, in 1979, Ghanaians had suffered years of abuse and corruption and sought natural justice to punish some of those who were responsible for the humiliating circumstances that we suffered. Ladies and gentlemen, it will shock you to know that before and during Achampong's regime, the banking sector, especially the Ghana Commercial Bank, was plunged into unimaginable corruption. The bank served as an avenue for cronies and a particular group of people to feed fat on taxpayers' monies that were used to create the resources in these banks. They fed fat on loans without adequate collateral. These so-called entrepreneurs, fake, fancy entrepreneurs, took loans, half of it into businesses, and the other half just lived a good life and never paid back their loans. Two other banking institutions, Barclays and Standard Bank, would give you a loan, and they would keep an eye on you and assist you to make sure what you intended to use the bank for, the money for, is used to enable you to succeed and pay back your loan, but not Ghana Commercial Bank. You would think that bank was created for a select group of people who take loans and hardly ever pay, till the bank would almost become bankrupt and would have to be refinanced, will have to be rebailed out, will have to be recapitalized. Ladies and gentlemen, Achampong did a few good things. General Achampong decided to investigate those who had been taking loans over the years, having a good time and not paying. What did he decide to do? He was going to investigate the Ghana Commercial Bank, publish and punish, make sure such people paid back their loans or the monies. And they call themselves entrepreneurs. There are good ones and there are pretty bad ones. Ladies and gentlemen, guess what happened? Achampong set up a two-man committee to investigate the happenings within the Ghana Commercial Bank. In no time, one of them was ambushed in a part of Ghana, killed and burnt to death in his car. The other gentleman said, no, he's not going to engage in this thing to be killed. A government, a military government, sets up a two-man committee to investigate those who had abused and exploited your Ghana Commercial Bank. Sorry, thank you. Had to pay with their lives. Ladies and gentlemen, Muntumu Wasi. Mundier. The one who survived, believing in probity and accountability, joined the revolution and became one of our deputy governors at the Bank of Ghana. He finally had job satisfaction because integrity had returned to this country under that revolution. My prayer Asama mi kanu say how bad nyama boni ben wamuye with Ghana Commercial Bank sika. Government person or Shwemu, a champion person investigate. Nesere, wamuku investigators no. How fraudulent. Sir, akola kitu wanu story ya. Your friend will say, I don't mortuary, a tree dome or something. No, or kika kwasi asem. Entrepreneurs. Next time, may take it time. Make sure as here say see private capital or capitalism, socialism no as here. Namube who how they've used in Africa no. Because yeah capitalism, America right across to Europe to Soviet Union, there is accountability. Africa says, yeah, capitalism. Shwanu ye, Nkronfon kwane, rape, thievery. Now we must see capitalism. You see socialism. Socialism to Christians. Capitalists are here, Jesus Christ, who was a die-hard socialist. They made him their icon, Son of God. And under that name, Mamudia Juma Bonnie. Ladies and gentlemen, now me perceive me casa too much. Into my me kanina. Aha. Yes. You next time, why? My prayer. Mercy. Sometimes politics, no, and it's not everything they talk about. Media, I talk about it. Maybe NPP will deny it. They intend to set up a national development bank. South National Development Bank, I bet, because they know the use to which Ghana Commercial Bank was put by a certain group of people in this country, being part and parcel of them, they monopolized it, kept quiet, and they have also decided, no, we will also establish, a national development bank under this leadership. My prayer is that if or when they do, that it will not go down serving the selfish interests of fraudulent entrepreneurs as the Ghana Commercial Bank did in those days. Now, but will rather serve the interests of deserving and genuine entrepreneurs all over this country, irrespective of whichever tribe you belong to. That is my prayer, my hope. Ladies and gentlemen, it is however unfortunate that some have chosen to siphon the negative, leaving out the overwhelming gains made by these interventions of the people. The two interventions, 1979 and 1981, were not about Rawlings. They were the effects of the mood of the country and the mood of the people. In telling the story, the context and the circumstances cannot be discounted or overlooked. An explosion of human rage in our history meant to teach us not to treat fellow human beings with disrespect. It's been distorted by persons who lack credibility. How, therefore, can we decline to the extent of losing our morality and sense of discernment in even appreciating and identifying people of value and integrity? How